Hello! Welcome to this very dusty episode of FANMEN Podcast. I'm GJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty.
Chris is sneezy.
Chris is sneezy.
Sean is trying to kill me.
We're in the new Sean cave, and it is a little dusty.
We need an air purifier in here.
I thought we cleaned it up pretty well, but it's still pretty dusty down here.
Get a Dyson.
Ugh.
Okay, so it's been, as Chris says, a hot minute since we've done anything. Sorry about that. It's mainly his fault because he's always traveling somewhere, but...
It's clearly my fault.
Nah, it's just adult life.
Adult life
No time for hobbies.
sucks.
But there's been some cool news since the last time we talked.
Yes.
Number one is, I'm not sure if you guys know, the rumored director's list for Mandalorian Season 2 came out, and Chris's boy Robert Rodriguez is at the top top of it.
Mm-hmm.
No shit?
Yeah, and James
coming?
Mangold, too.
I like Mangold,
Bryce
but
Dallas Howard's coming back.
Robert Rodriguez is an all-time fave, so that would be awesome. And I'd love to see what he would do in a, those are relatively small, episodes, at least as far as they've been. They're nice and close in and
Yeah, they are good. I want to see an Ewok with a violin case with a gun in it. That's what I want.
Dude, yes.
You are going to see Baby Yoda for 10 episodes.
No, I know.
He's going to be floating around in his little fucking pod because now you have toys to sell.
Oh my God, the toys.
All the toys.
Oh my, there's friggin' Toy Fair. They should just name Toy Fair Baby Yoda Fair.
I don't know what I can say about this. I recently saw in my universe, sometimes people make up logos and patches, for things. And I saw my first patch that included a Baby Yoda, which
nice.
Yeah, it was kind of funny to see.
Yeah, there's the floodgates are open now. There's everything.
It is all the Baby Yoda.
It's insane. But I mean, if they're going,
I want to see the Baby Yoda Halloween costumes for actual babies.
They're the same as the other Yoda.
I was going to say,
they
had Yoda costumes.
Yeah,
already.
but now there will be more of them.
But how are they different?
They
Doesn't
have
matter.
like the thick cuff.
My nephew was like that. Yeah, when he was
Yeah.
a baby, that was his first costume.
Yeah, the thing.
At a ball, I guess.
Exactly. The thing that makes that's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, okay, this cool animatronic Baby Yoda for $60." But the problem is that they demoed it inside like the floating egg. You don't get the floating egg.
There's no egg.
You just get the Yoda in a box.
Yeah,
it has to have the floating egg. I mean, you could make
Yoda in a box.
Yoda in a box.
I like the concept of Yoda in a box.
Yeah. But all the Baby Yoda stuff.
So that's essentially the Baby Yoda Build-A-Bear, right? Baby Yoda in a box.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is that came out or that demoed.
Yeah,
too.
I was going to say they announced that.
But yes, I mean they're definitely they're not holding back on season 2 if they're getting these big names for it. So
I've been ready to see season 2 since the last second of season 1. So
they were well into production by the time.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. The other thing that happened is it might not mean anything. Well, this one would. So Suicide Squad, the James Gunn feature, has finished filming.
Wrapped.
So that's good.
Is that the summer maybe?
No, I think it's
next year.
Yeah.
So that's
I'll
a lot of post.
Yeah, I'll have to find the release date.
Came out and said it's the most fun he's ever had making a movie. He enjoyed that experience more than any others.
And that's the guy who made Slither saying that, so it should be good.
Yeah. But him, generally him having fun in recent memory is associated with a movie that's clear that the people in it are having, Guardians. That excites me. Of course, it could also just be marketing.
Yeah, 2021, summer of 2021 is the release.
Jeez.
That's how they're not going to spend the money in these comic book movies, and especially after what happened with Birds of Prey doing the February drop, they're going to save everything for the summer.
I still haven't seen it. You guys did see it, but
it was. I liked it a lot too.
It was excellent.
Yeah. I'll go see it again probably when the kid comes down for spring break if she wants to.
That was an excellent example of the media driving perception of an opening.
Yeah.
When you look at it, what was it? Month before Ford versus Ferrari opens at 31 million. Roars to first place finish. It's all the praise in the world. Birds of Prey gets 33. It's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari cost 150 million to make. Birds of Prey cost 80 or 84.
Oh, really?
They took a loss on Ford Ferrari, didn't they?
Yeah. But it's entirely media driven, the perception.
That was a good movie.
And
the
people, the people on their couch banging away at the keyboards. I think we call them fans, right? Hey, guys.
Couple other things is the new Pixar movie Onward comes out this month.
Oh, cool.
Next week.
Normally every Pixar movie has a Pixar short before it. Mm-hmm. This movie has a Simpsons one.
Really?
It's all one
There's your merger.
Jeez, that's a little weird.
So when we were just in
it's
Hollywood,
a Baby Maggie focused short, isn't it? Yep. I know this because of my continuing, apparently decade-long addiction at this point to Simpsons Tapped Out, which is just not worth the time I spend on it. But to be fair, but they advertised in the game that was coming up.
When we were just in California, they were having the Onward premiere on Hollywood Boulevard. I had money that it was going to be me for the first time this time.
Yeah, no. DJ is dying.
DJ dies anyways.
What was that? John dies at the end? Yeah, DJ dies during, in the middle.
During the show?
Constantly. Yeah. It's just like mildew in his lungs or something. It's fine.
Chris Davis sympathy pains.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been long suffering.
And the last little bit that I have for movie news, and it means nothing to you guys at all probably, but the guys who wrote the latest Bad Boys movie,
good Lord, have
just been signed on by Hasbro to write the movie for the 80s cartoon Mask.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Yeah.
I remember. I remember the name.
I remember the comic coming out.
Yeah, it's cars that turn into like assault vehicles kind of thing, but they were the best toys when we were kids.
So it's Transformers where things turn into different versions of those same
things. But is there a military
things?
Component where...
Like secret military kind of? Well, I guess from what I read is that the rumor is they want to do like a multiverse in Hasbro.
They've been talking about that, the board game movies for a while.
Max Tracker, the guy who founded Mask, uses the Transformers to reverse engineer into the Mask vehicles. So
I give that one Bruce Willis. Chuffa.
It's a Transformer.
I don't care. I want the
look,
Mask.
It's like we got a Transformer over here.
I love the cart. Has the best cartoon theme song of all time, I think. Really? And the toys were amazing. So yeah.
Well, I'm sure I won't see it.
Clearly, I can see the excitement on Sean's face.
Yeah, it's not.
Clearly, I will not see it.
You can't tell over the audio, but he is beaming.
Oh man,
I am beaming. It's just about my joy of not seeing this. Yeah,
questioning life choices at this time.
I question nothing.
So I question all. So much shit I would like to do over.
So that's why I got with actual factual news. What's everyone else got?
Well, it's been a couple weeks since we've actually gotten together to record. I was in Texas, but Chris has been like on 17 trips in the last 2 weeks. Something like that.
He's basically a Pan Am stewardess at this point in time.
I just
damn good in that pencil skirt.
You do.
Okay. I want to hear about some of the trips, but one of the things I most want to hear about is almost 2 weeks ago when you took off at the beginning of a family Disney
California
vacation.
Trip, yes.
Before you left the ground, I had a text rant from you back and forth, you telling me about all the shit.
Oh,
yeah. God. So tell me about how it started.
Let the hate flow through you.
Let the hate flow.
Do it.
Okay, so family trip out to Disneyland, mom, dad, wife, kid, the whole thing, taking off from Boston to Burbank. So 7-hour flight. Not a plane that has first class or anything, but it's a JetBlue flight, so you get the even more space up front, blah, blah, blah. So when we checked in, there was nobody. My father and I were in opposite aisle seats.
Mm-hmm.
The girls were all sitting in a row in front of my dad.
Yep.
Nobody next to my father or I.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open seats in both of them.
Right. And these are 3-seat
planes on each side. So boarding continues. A guy sits in the middle seat next to my father. Mm-hmm. Guy sits in the middle seat next to myself. Door closes. Nobody takes the window seats. Gentlemen,
normally the standard thing is you move to the middle seat, leave that space between you, and both of you rejoice at your incredible luck.
Yes, confetti.
So that's what happened,
exactly.
right?
With my father's seatmate, yes. He very excitedly put up the armrest and slid over and said, "I'll see you when we land."
So this was because someone didn't show up, or they were just empty from the start.
They were empty from the start. It looks like
Who the fuck books a middle seat?
It looks like they were probably standby guys that they threw in the middle seats. They weren't giving them like a premium spot on the window or anything like that.
Gotcha.
The guy on my dad's side ended up lucking into the window. Motherfucker on my side didn't move.
That's
at all.
Now you are not a giant guy, but you are broad of shoulder.
I'm wide. Yeah. This guy was probably 6'3", 6'4". I mean, he was a tall dude.
Just like you.
Yeah. Similar build.
Didn't move over.
Didn't even consider moving over, even after the stewardess made a comment.
The stewardess said, "Oh, you can move over to the window, sir?"
Yeah. Feel free. Spread out.
So exactly how did he react to that?
He basically ignored it. Then he used the window tray for like a laptop stand.
What the motherfucker?
So this motherfucker sat there and watched video game videos, like other people playing videos. Not somebody entertaining like Muse.
I'm not going to crap on that.
Oh, I will. Fuck him. Hate him.
If he had been doing it from the window seat, would it have bothered you in the slightest?
Nope. But he was there, so I hate him. So this became a 6.5 hour battle
for the armrest
for space and supremacy. Oh, he lost.
I can't imagine any other outcome.
There was no chance in hell I wasn't letting him up to go to the bathroom. I didn't care if he even shifted. I pretended to fall asleep. Just screw this motherfucker.
I would have started live tweeting and like fucking like broadcasting and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking so loud to my father across the aisle about this idiot. Like, can you believe how stupid some people are? What kind of a moron doesn't move over when there's an empty seat there?
Oh my God.
Oh, I made it as uncomfortable as possible for him.
For me, that takes it to a whole nother level of discomfort because of my lack of interest in interacting with humans.
I don't interacting. Yeah, I try to find a spot where I can sit by myself, headphones on.
But the thing that bothers me more than most other things is speaking about somebody who is within like the same county.
It takes a lot. He aggravated the living shit on me. And then because he's so unaware and clueless, like anytime he's shifting, he's the guy that's sitting there making the noises as then he has to rotate to the side. Yeah. When the motherfucker fell asleep, he got nudged. He didn't get to sleep any. He was the bane of my existence. And that was only one small part of this trip.
Yeah.
So let's rewind this shit. I got the idiot sitting next to me, right?
Yeah.
So we're about a half hour late leaving the gate just because of weather delays and things like that. They kept us parked there. There's a guy sitting in seat 1F, whatever the window is on the right-hand side in front of Heather, directly in front of my wife. Guy needed help getting on the plane. Just had cane. He just one of those guys that get on early. Nothing awful. He waits until the door's closed and we're taxiing. We're like number 3 for takeoff. I don't think I'm feeling that good. What's the protocol for something like this? Oh, I don't know. You just sat here for an hour on a flight that's going to be 7 hours long. And now you decide to tell people they had to turn the plane around, clear another gate so we could remove the guy that was having an anxiety attack, I guess.
Yeah.
Once they try to close the door, the light goes on that the door's not being pressurized properly. So now we have maintenance for an hour.
Yeah.
So now we're on the plane for about 2 hours. We haven't gone anywhere.
At least you got that nice empty seat next to you, though.
Wait, so you were in? Were you in even more space seats?
Yeah, I was in row 3.
So why the fuck wouldn't you move over?
Row 3.
What an asshole!
Nope, he just sat there, kept trying to lean into me.
I would have smashed his fucking laptop on the ground.
I'm sure he has a bruise on like the underside of his ribs.
Yeah,
because every time we went to sleep, we got wider. I can make myself really wide when needed.
You're just such a jerk. Like I don't mean that as a criticism. Like you are willing to make stands verbally, physically. You are not easily.
He's assertive.
Yeah, you're assertive, but no, assertive is nice. A purely positive term. I think you're beyond assertive. You're assertive plus you're like you're stubbornly assertive. So you will
incredibly stubborn.
Develop a grudge over something small, and you will ensure that it festers
and it rots from the inside.
But you'll enjoy it, right? You take joy in.
Oh, it became a game and trying to make him as uncomfortable as possible for the entire 7 hours.
This guy made a major mistake.
Mm.
An unforced error. I mean, there's zero. It's just
all you had to do was move to the side.
Yeah.
It's the stewardess came over and said, "Sir, would you like the window and he could have the aisle?" I'm like, I don't care what causes the middle seat to open up. I'll do either.
Yeah.
Really don't care. Just clueless as the day is long. He didn't have headphones on. Wasn't just no acknowledgement.
Is this guy any sort of foreign? Like, is it a possible cultural difference?
Oh, no.
No, he's just
He was
by
white,
appearance
beatnik, millennial fuck.
So
that was his. Yeah, he's somewhere in his 30s. Clueless as all hell. Probably had a Bernie 2020 sticker on his laptop or some shit like that. Like it's all going to be free.
let's not.
It's math is a second language kind of a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Wait, it gets better.
So
we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
So you've gone back to the gate. The guy with the panic attack has now been gotten off the airplane, but now you're in a maintenance delay because the door won't close properly.
Finally, they realize the blinky light's just going off for no reason. It's a short in the light.
Right.
Okay, they clear it. We take off. Great. We get about 4.5 hours into the flight, somewhere in there, somewhere over Colorado.
Yep.
You see a guy running up the aisle carrying a puke bag, just fucking covered, with his wife behind him. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? Runs in. She's coming up with like a toothpick. Like they're having to bag his clothes. Like by the time he left the plane, all he had on was like his North Face quilted vest.
Yeah.
Because he just soaked through everything else. They call any medical personnel. There's nurses coming up. There's a doctor comes up.
Heart issue.
Another guy with an anxiety attack that tried to meditate to calm himself down and made himself sick. The poor girl that was sitting next to the couple had to come up and sit in the seat with the former guy's heart issue. But you've never been so happy. Like if you've never seen a plane more relieved, that you had two guys with heart issues. Because everybody's worrying about the coronavirus and down the plane and everything like that. You see this puking guy coming running up the aisle.
That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out. Oh, he's dying? That's fine. Yeah. It's not a cold? We're good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just put him in the back. I mean, open the bulkhead. You can drop him down if he goes.
Wow.
So then you get to Burbank finally, and we almost didn't land.
Yeah.
Burbank Airport shuts down at midnight. There's a noise ordinance in the city.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't get in by then,
I love taking off from Burbank because of that.
So you didn't fly to LAX?
Went right into Burbank because it was closer to the hotel we were going to.
Oh, okay.
So we made it in by 15 minutes.
Jesus
maybe,
Christ.
But then had to sit on the tarmac as they got medical personnel to take Vest Boy off with his wife and the bag of pukey clothes.
Pukey McVesty.
They had to clean him off before letting the rest of us off.
Did he use a fire hose? Did they...
It's
when you see this guy on the tarmac in a
they
fucking
really
North Face vest get fire hosed across the fucking tarmac.
It should have been people in the full like suits from ET. They get the contamination unit and they're just spraying him down outside just to make sure that
like the arrival or the fucking is.
Thank God he was like white American, or they would have just quarantined all of us for a week.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
So yeah, that was the start of the vacation.
Yeah. Now you're actually you're going to Disneyland.
The rest of the trip went swimmingly.
Nice.
It was great. Beautiful flight back.
So you did choose to take a red eye back.
We did.
No
issues. We got back in. We took off from LAX around 9.
Yeah.
As a treat for the parents, I'd bought the pods up front.
Oh,
so I got main seat. So I can't sleep on planes, but the 3 girls were passed out in like 2
nice.
Oh, okay.
They were out cold. My dad and I sat up watching movies for most of the flight, but
nice.
Yeah. The phone was fine.
Those mint pod, I remember when we went to California, I saw those mint. I'd never seen a mint pod before because I usually only go to Florida. They don't have them on those planes because it's too short.
It's got to be at least 5 hours, I think.
I've only seen it a few times.
Awestruck by those things.
And once you're flying them once, good Lord.
Yeah.
Those weren't that bad. It ended up being, it wasn't cheap. It was like another $300 each ticket.
Yeah.
But my parents will never spend the money on a first class or anything like that. And where we were coming home so early, Harley had a basketball game that night. So we had to make it in the morning. So try to get some rest and get back on schedule. But no, the annoying people at Disney were perfectly bearable after the flight out there. I liked all of them.
Wow. Crazy. That's my mind's blown. Like people like that should be executed.
Whoa.
No, they should.
No,
they should have to take a Greyhound bus everywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
That's worse than being executed. I was being nice.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Jesus Christ.
They should be back of the bus.
That's savage. I was being semi-humanitarian. I was putting the guy out of his misery, not putting him on a fucking Greyhound to freaking Burbank.
Euthanized would be the word for putting somebody.
Sterilized.
Yeah.
Sterilized.
Not executed.
Yes, he should be. Oh, yeah. He should have to take a test before reproducing.
We'll have to get more into your California trip on a Disney episode.
Yeah, we'll hit on that at some point. Certainly.
Yeah.
What else we got going on?
I did. Me and the family finished the first season of Lock and Key.
Oh, I've heard good things.
I haven't. I'm partially through. I haven't watched.
I was somewhat impressed that Jen was up for watching it with us because it was, well, she did until she didn't. By the end, she's like, "This is bullshit. This is too out there." But I think the rest of us liked it. I thought it was great.
What I've seen so far, I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, I totally enjoyed it. And we just started watching The Good Place, which I know just wrapped up, but it seemed like it might be a fun show to watch.
Just wanted to watch Sam Malone for a few seasons.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in quite some time. Yep. but that's been good. Otherwise,
how about The Outsider? Are you staying up to date on that?
Oh, you know what? I think I'm one episode behind, but then there's another one that airs today.
Drops today, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm 2 episodes behind.
That one's an interesting one for me because people that aren't King fans are really enjoying that show.
Really?
I have friends that would never read Stephen King, and they're enjoying the show. It's just very well produced.
Yes, that book, and I mean that's the fourth of a series, the first of a new series. Yeah. Or something like, it's for me, it's prime modern King, right? It
certainly is.
Yeah,
I think it's a testament to what Bateman and Mendelsohn have been able to do.
Oh yeah,
putting together the series. That it's eminently watchable, even if you're not a core King fan.
Yeah. No, Well, so part of for the last couple weeks, I haven't been able to, in my home theater, I haven't been able to see the TV because as we've been working on restoring the basement and the office that we're sitting in now, all my comic shelves are basically racked in front of that. So only last night was the first time in the couple weeks that I could sit and watch with the family, the TV, the way I like it. Yeah. So we'll pick back up on that stuff tonight.
And I'm guessing you're still nowhere near Crisis.
I've been watching bit by bit. I have, I think I might even be like 6 episodes across all the series from the beginning of Crisis.
I appreciate your dedication to have to go in order.
I punt on the whole thing. I just gave up.
Well, I
watched the Crisis. I skipped the episodes before.
I just like watching, and that includes, Black Lightning, did Black Lightning actually show up in Crisis at all?
He did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's
on
Earth Prime now.
Yep, they brought him in for this one. The last one, he wasn't around, right?
All right, well, don't tell me anymore. I just wasn't sure because the
last crossover,
the actual episodes of Crisis only went between like Flash and Supergirl and Arrow.
Yeah,
and
Batwoman had one.
I think I read up on Crisis. I don't think the Black Lightning storyline in the show crossed in. It's just the character did. Am I correct about that?
I think so. Yeah.
They just dropped him in.
Yeah, you don't need to watch all Black Lightning. So
it's like, hey, who's that guy? Oh, I'm Black Lightning. Hi. Okay. Hi, Black Lightning.
That's a little on the lame side, but still good. So I'll get
you need a 12 episode series to do it properly.
Yeah.
There's only so much you're going to be able to do in a mid-season.
No, I'm enjoying it, but it is, I'm getting there slowly.
They planted a lot of the seeds and they used some of the story in the previous seasons to build to the Crisis event.
Like the only episodes that are meaning anything to me where I am right now are the Arrow episodes. Those seem to actually be culminating this future arc and the current arc and the Monitor and all this stuff. So, and I kind of know
introducing new Arrow.
Yeah. And so that's where the other episodes feel still more like Supergirl and Flash don't feel yet to be arcing towards something. I know they are.
Arrow's been driving.
Yeah, but it's Arrow's
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
certainly.
So I'll get there.
Excellent.
I need more time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I started watching Avenue 5.
Oh, is that good?
I watched the first one. The premise is hilarious.
That actually, let me interject. I had an almost celebrity sighting the other night. My buddy Dentis, who's been on the podcast before, we went out to dinner and I'm sitting there and I look over and there's a guy sitting at the bar with a girl and I'm like, man, that guy looks really familiar. The kind of familiar where you're sure you either know them personally or they're on TV. Okay. And I keep looking at him and finally I realize who he's reminding me of. And it's an actor, Neil Casey, who in the most recent season plus of Silicon Valley. At the end, he plays a video game guy, and he's in Avenue 5 as a character. You know, he's kind of an interesting character actor, but I'm like 99% sure it's him. Like, I pulled up pictures, I'm looking in reference, I'm like, yeah.
Staring the poor guy down.
That's not uncomfortable at all.
Yeah. And, well,
hey, could you turn your head?
Yeah, but we happen to be like seated facing him. And so I'm like, oh, that's pretty much him. And I've enjoyed the stuff he's been in, but I'm not going to go bug him. But then at some point he gets up to go to the bathroom and walks right by our table. So I just lean over and I'm like, hey. And even before I say, are you Neil Casey? I know it's not Neil Casey because he's 100% match from the profile at the bar. I'm like, but dead on. Mm-hmm. His face is like nothing like before. It. But it was clear that he was, he's like, no, it's not. But it was clear that he'd had that before. So Avenue 5, how is it?
It's
we're back.
So far, it's pretty funny. It's not like slapstick funny like the Orville or something, but there's some funny elements. Hugh Laurie's character is amazing just from the start.
Not surprising.
So yeah. I want to ruin it, but like you get a twist in the first episode with that, and it's like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So,
well, it's I've been saving it up to watch. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, it's the next one. Next one. Time. Yeah, it's all time. Because I gotta something else I have to watch too. There was something else I forget.
I'm still in catch-up mode on Ray Donovan and everything else.
Yeah, I watched all of Harley. I watched.
I haven't watched Harley yet.
Harley's amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing.
They do a good job with it.
I can't remember anymore. It's just work's ramped up. Work's a bear right now, so it's
getting awesome because you get to go to the north of the country.
Oh,
yeah, I get to go I get to go to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Buy yourself a cheesehead.
Yeah, they can't send me to like Orlando or somewhere I can sneak away into a Disney day or something. They sent me to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm going to ride some tandem bicycles and put gloves on bottles and stuff. It should be good.
There you go.
I get that.
There's lots of breweries there.
Most of our listeners are probably too young to have any clue what that was.
No one knows
highly recommend the Miller Tour. You got to go to the caves.
Yeah, I wonder if I can pull it.
The original brewery was very
cool. Beer cave.
Mm-hmm. Beer cave.
Beer. Cool. Okay, so what else we got going on? Oh, big news out of superhero land this month is Joker's got a new girlfriend.
Right. So Batman 89 shot up in the markets.
All the monies.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't been reading much.
I've read stories of stores who literally took them out of the diamond box and put them in subscriber boxes with $45 price tags on them, which is fucking ridiculous.
Illegal. Now, to be fair, I have not made it to the Hall of Comics in Southborough, Massachusetts, my local comic book store, yet to pick up my poll, but those guys rock. And I know that book is sitting in there covered. because I've been grabbing it.
I've seen stories the exact opposite of what you were just saying, DJ. My friend Jack at Bedrock.
His post was awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Tell
a story.
Essentially, he came out before release day. Saying anybody that's not a regular, anybody that's not a subscriber, any speculators, go screw.
Yeah.
You're getting nothing.
I love it.
They're going to the subscribers for face price.
Yeah. Including, he kind of went out of his way, I believe, to say regulars, not just the people with pull list. He's like, I order books based upon the folks who come through the store and buy stuff. Right. Not all of them are polls, but if you're not one of my regulars, I'm not giving you a copy of this for $4 so you can flip it on eBay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I respected that. Though it was pretty cranky.
There was multiple posts. It was a little bit, but I appreciate the fact that he's taking care of the people that are actually collecting and not the people that are just trying to turn a quick buck.
Right.
Which is 90% of the industry these days.
Like, I just want it for my series because I pull it. I'm not, yes. Plus, think about how much bullshit it would be if you're pulling a series and a key book does come through it.
And you don't get a copy.
Or you get screwed on a copy because...
Yeah, he said it. I don't think they even made it to the wall.
Yeah.
There was none.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. So right now, people are asking like $100 for it already. It's been up for a week. Yeah.
So this is
I should really bag and board it when I get home. It's sitting in the box.
And this it'll be interesting to see where this shakes out. It's a new character I've not read her, so
Depends
it's the
on what
Joker's
kind of
girlfriend punchline.
Yeah, it's like his new sidekick, which you never know. She could be around for 2 issues and die and be useless and shitty, but people think she's going to be Harley Quinn, so they bought the book.
Well, so this is Batman 89 is her first appearance, but has been labeled a cameo appearance, though she's in it, so it's first appearance. But then Hell Arisen, which is part of the Year of the Villain storyline that DC's doing, Hell Arisen number 3. So a third issue of something that probably not a lot of people have been pulling.
Yeah, there's only been a handful of copies on the show.
Yeah, is nominally her first full appearance. And so one of Jack's points was, I think, talking about people just coming in, hey, you haven't been buying 1 or 2. Why are you going to, why do you expect me to have 3? Yeah. But I haven't been reading that stuff. But it's interesting to me. I'll see what happens.
I have to think that Jack, I haven't been in the store in a little bit.
Yeah. Last time I went in, it was very damaging to my
wallet.
It was
incredibly damaging.
It
tends
had
to be
awesome
older books.
Batman and detective older books. Yeah.
But I know just from going in the hall, the amount of new books that they're buying has dwindled dramatically.
Yeah.
I mean, the hall used to have rack after rack after rack. You're down to one wall.
Really?
2 sections. Yeah. Everything else is older.
Last couple of times I've been in there, I haven't had time to browse.
No, there's just not a market for the new books.
Yeah.
Which probably leads to some of those Marvel DC rumors that have been popped up.
Right. Yeah, I saw something about Marvel's going to buy DC.
Should we talk about the changes going on at DC?
Yeah. So it's Dan DiDio, I believe, who was the co-publisher with Jim Lee, has stepped away. I haven't heard anything. You haven't really looked at it.
I read he was stepped away.
Yeah. So
he was fired from. Yeah. There's a lot of conflicts with some of the creative people. And he was a driving force behind a lot of it.
Yeah.
But there's a new 5G storyline that's supposed to be coming up,
which is like 5G, like 5th generation of.
It's in the long line of reboots for these various companies. They're re-kicking it again.
Yeah. Well, we just had. You had the New 52 in 2011. You had Rebirth.
To put it all back.
And was that in 2017, 2018? 2018, I think.
16, 17?
Really? Has it been that long?
I think so, yeah, because I was reading that when I was living in New York.
Yeah, so Batman 89, they've been doing double issues, so that is 26. So, yeah, you're right. It's been 3+ years, yep.
So, and I guess there was a lot of discussion. They're saying Snyder and Capullo are kind of at the middle, depending on who you want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new limited run coming out that it's kind of a continuation of their metal run that they didn't want. Snyder was adamant that he didn't want tied into 5G in any way. He wanted to keep it pure with the original characters. And supposedly that was a bone of contention, depending on who you listen to.
Yeah.
And the interwebs are saying it, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was unceremoniously walked out. And then they talked to Lee yesterday at C2E2. He's not being replaced.
Yeah, that's what Jim Lee said. He's going to remain the sole publisher, and they were going to actually. He said remaining as publishing as the core
creative director or something. I forget what other title Lee has.
Yeah, so I don't have any feelings or conclusions about it other than I'd heard about it.
It seemed like everybody to a person was upset except for Liefeld. He was taking a victory lap for some reason, but that's
strange.
It may be an attempt to get back to relevance or something. I don't. All he does is tweet now.
Yeah,
doesn't really weird. Do anything. Maybe he's still practicing drawing feet. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's just kind of off to the side at this point.
He needs the practice.
But yeah, he didn't like Dan for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be, everything. We got the next phase of Marvel movies coming out. You've got all the Disney juggernaut and what's going on with DC and Warner. Jim Lee was pretty adamant in focusing on the partnership with Warner was strong and continuing. And
yeah, if anything, I mean, I can see where some of the rumors came out because Warner's not Warner anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have somebody like AT&T owning it, it kind of screws up everything, but we'll see where it shakes out.
Should be an interesting time in books because if you have Marvel Phase 4 trying to push those books, but without Iron Man, without all these key characters, and then you have shakeups over at DC, and it should be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not... did either of you read all the way through Doomsday Clock?
No, I didn't even start it.
If you get to the last panel, Jeff Johns essentially teases a Marvel crossover.
Really? Really?
The reference of Superman fighting a big green beast and the whole, I mean, it's,
Oh, really? Oh.
yeah. And the Superman story continues. And it's
Yeah,
like
that'd be
Dr.
cool.
Manhattan looking out at the world at large,
Mm-hmm.
and he's referencing Superman's next steps.
Ah.
And there's a couple Marvel teases in there.
I don't see Dr. Manhattan put like his hand through Galactus' chest or something like
He's
that.
just going to beat the Hulk with his dick. That's it.
Giant
He's just gonna
85-foot.
All right.
Hulk swinging
Mushroom
IMAX dick.
tattoos left and right. Most powerful beings in the Marvel universe will be laid to waste by a penis.
Hulk stroke.
Oh, come
Oh, I'm
on.
sorry, that was too much. That was too much.
Oh,
It's better than anything being written right now.
That's true. That's true.
it's one thing I wanted to ask you about, Chris, is somebody closer to the financial world than me.
Ooh.
Though obviously I'm finance obsessed, and I'm forcing DJ to become finance obsessed. The coronavirus expansion towards pandemic and the world economy and the U.S. economy taking some hits. The week of, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 days of
Just absolute
much of the
bloodshed.
market just,
$3.6
dropping.
trillion
Yeah.
in market value gone in 4 days.
Yeah. What do you, from my perspective, as the last several years, I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but I mean, the general market activity, if you've been lucky enough to be invested at all, has kind of been insane, right? There's been some
it
dips,
was
but
unprecedented.
overall, it's just ridiculous. So anybody in their right mind has been looking for and expecting, any kind of drop, correction, adjustment,
Yes,
ceasing of that acceleration. I don't know that anybody was thinking, I mean, this is being driven by real world events. That are not U.S. politics based, right? This is, holy shit, wait, we didn't actually want this.
I think you have a double dip going on. I think your first couple days of your 900-point drops was specifically Corona related. That's your Apple, that's your Disney, things like that.
But also some massive profit taking and hedging
I think
shifting.
day 3 and 4 is your correction taking hold.
Yeah.
They're using this as an excuse to drive the market to where it was. So if you looked at any of these major stocks, let's use Disney and Apple for an example. They were at record highs.
Yeah.
But by every metric known to man, they were overvalued, vastly overvalued based off of the actual performance. Yeah. Where you're at right now, they're probably appropriate.
There's a lot of, first of all, where they're at right now compared to if you back off a few years, they're still in fantastic. I mean, you're not disappointed having invested in these companies.
Apple went from 100 to 270 something as opposed to 3.25 or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting. I am interested to see what happens because
I think you'll start to see a leveling because there is only so much impact. I think a lot of that Corona was baked into those first couple of days of drops, and now there's some profit taking and. There's still, here's the thing. The three of us sitting around the table can't take advantage of what's going on, but those brokerage houses are certainly making money on the way down.
Yeah. Yep.
They're putting in put orders and they're cleaning up as everybody else is losing their 401ks.
I just know the pegs are empty because there's no one to put the little legs on the plastic men in China. So,
no, they are. They're just locked in one city. They can't get to the factories. Yeah.
Well, no, because I know because it's some of what I do. Right now, you can't get a hold of Nintendo's, PlayStation's controllers, stuff like that. A lot of some release date for some action figures have been pushed back because of manufacturing problems. The Disney stuff, they said you might have a temporary price spike this summer to kind of even out because they can't open the parks in Asia. They just closed the other one today.
Yeah, Disney was estimating $175 to like $200 million loss if they'd shut down for 2 months.
Yep.
Which, in the big scheme of things, that doesn't even cause a blip in the stock price.
What will fix that?
Yeah. I'm more worried about the momentum shift away from, you remember when travel dipped hard around 9/11, what that started to do to just normal economic integration of businesses and business lines. I'm like, we're supposed to fly in a month to go on a tourist vacation and you've got a trip to Wisconsin, DJ, coming up. At what point do we quote unquote normal people start to second guess our activities and start to pull back more and more. And what does that do? And then what does it take to restart that?
You're going to have to see a bunch more cases in the US.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to need to see that number spike before you really see it take hold, because you're still sub 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got one death.
One
death, and that was a 50-something-year-old man that had underlying health issues.
I'm almost there.
Well, the biggest thing with this one is, and it's probably more for me than any of the three of us, is that if you have respiratory problems, which I had the asthma and the allergies and then narrow airways and all that stuff, I'm fucked if I get it. So
yeah, well, don't.
They still don't know exactly how bad it is. Yeah. They don't know the incubation period. They don't know any of it. I mean, a lot of what you read right now is 80% of people just get a cold. Yeah, they won't even know that it's anything beyond a cold.
You sure you're just allergic to my office, Chris?
I probably caught it. I spent a lot of time in China.
This has been a very special episode of FANMEN.
I'm going to miss you all.
It was the Asian section of Small World.
It'll take. I never wrote
that's
Small
pretty
World,
funny.
actually. No, it takes the old first. So we are going to miss Sean.
Wait, how am I going to die?
It takes the old first, and anybody in your age group. I mean, and we just say old and underlying health conditions.
Yeah, the Chris Davis survives coronavirus, but kills his two hosts, his co-hosts.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I was perfectly healthy before I walked in the house today, and all of a sudden I started sneezing, my nose started running, and
it's cats and dust from the construction.
Exactly. So we'll see.
Yeah. So before we get into top threes, we don't usually do a lot of. We didn't, do a lot of Toy Fair coverage. Yep. Toy Fair is kind of more my thing. Just a couple quick highlights from Toy Fair. Number one is hopefully next year, if we can swing it, we have the ability to get into Toy Fair to cover it if we wanted to go.
Where is it?
New York.
Okay.
The Javits Center.
The Javits Center. Okay. So a couple highlights. Number one, Hasbro had the new Ghostbuster stuff coming out, and they came out where they released the real Ghostbusters figures from the 90s. That was cool. If you're into, we do a lot of DC comic stuff.
Just dropped.
Yeah, someone in Rhode Island has coronavirus. Yeah.
Don't talk about Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Hasbro's
It's a worker from Hasbro that just went to Italy. No. Somebody that traveled to Italy on vacation.
Jesus Christ. Where was I? Oh, so
not leaving the house.
What was I? Oh, yeah. So, sorry.
New York should be fun.
Real Ghostbusters figures.
Yeah, so there's some really nice Ghostbusters figures at Toy Fair. We talk a lot about DC Comics. The McFarlane DC figures are absolutely gorgeous. There's one I want to buy specifically from this run. I might start putting away for it. The Hellbat armor for Batman. The toy, I picked one up and held it in my hand. The toy weighs 3.5 pounds, and he's a 6-inch action figure. He is just, he's breathtaking.
That's a dense action figure.
No, he is. He's,
just thick as a dick, huh?
I don't know if that will come through.
Whip out the Hellbat.
Yeah.
No, it's, but like they did an interview with McFarlane. He's like, he's going through, he's not making like, here's Wonder Woman, here's Flash. He's like, hey, here's this guy in one panel off in the corner. He'd make a cool toy. I'm making him.
Yeah.
So you're going to get your Hawkmans, your Parallaxes, all the stuff that they never did before, which is kind of cool. Then also on McFarlane, one thing that I was excited about, not so much for you guys, is when McFarlane spun off of Marvel and went to join the Image guys. Mm-hmm. His big thing was not only did he create Spawn, but he founded McFarlane Toys. Mm-hmm. And when you were my age at that time and those first Spawn figures hit, you were like, what the fuck is this thing? Yeah. These are awesome. Well, he's doing a cool thing. He's doing a Kickstarter for releasing the original 9 Spawn figures. He'll pre-sell them on Kickstarter in different editions. He's updating the sculpts, so you have a modern sculpt with all the modern sculpting technology and the old packaging with the comic and everything in it. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to do some variants. So you could just get like just the figure for like action figure price. Mm-hmm. And then he'll do like some black and white pencil covers, some autographs, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of I like that because that's a cool way of doing it because he's going to let everyone who wants one get one. As opposed to like the real Ghostbusters figures that went to Walmart and they botched the pre-order process and it was a nightmare. So that was a breath of fresh air. But hopefully next year we could go do some Toy Fair coverage because that would be a lot of fun.
I like looking at toys. I did see in the last couple of days some Jaws figures, a Quint and a Sheriff Brody.
Yep,
that looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, those are I believe those are NECA figures.
Yeah, yes,
Yep, NECA Movie Masters.
Yeah.
So yeah, the NECA stuff is awesome. They did a Laurie Strode from Halloween, the older Dean Lee Curtis.
Yep.
Really nice.
Nice. Well,
Okay, so top 3 this week was
keying up on the coronavirus and Chris's rant of travel.
Chris's rant.
A lot of problems with you people.
So we're gonna do top 3 people, not individual like people, but types of people we hate when we travel. Mainly, are these all mainly airport people, you think?
Yeah.
It's essentially the mouth breathers. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Well, I have one honorable mention that when we mentioned the topic before we recorded, all 3 of us immediately leapt at. Yeah. And that's the stoppers, right? You're progressing through an airport. Usually you're going someplace with a purpose. You may not necessarily be in a hurry, but you're moving in a mass of people. If people just tend to, I need to do this, and they just stop dead
Have a
where they are.
conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
I want a Starbucks.
And it doesn't have to be an airport. It can be anywhere.
Oh, when they
do it at Disney, they do it everywhere.
Those people at Target drive me nuts.
Oh, yeah. Whereas me, it's built into me, again, fear of confrontation, dislike of interacting with people. I want to stop all the time. I do. But I put myself against the wall, or I step into an alcove, or I get the hell out before I stop moving. Right? I'm maintain my velocity until I'm out of the path of travel.
Have you ever initiated contact with a stopper?
Yes.
No, I tend to, roll my eyes and make bad faces at them, but not facing them. So only somebody looking at me would see that I was annoyed at them.
I just want to impart just a tiny bit of my confrontationalism to you.
Yeah. I think about it.
Yeah. There was one time, there was a guy, and he's talking on his phone, and he kept stopping, And I went around in the front of him. I think April and Athene had gone off to the restroom or something like that. So we're walking towards the gate. We're going to Florida. And I've learned this guy's keyword for when he's going to just stop real quick because he has to look at something.
Penis?
No, it wasn't penis. I would have given him a pass on that one. But and this is back when I was about 390 pounds.
Yeah.
So I know this guy was going to stop. I just planted my 400-pound ass just heels deep into the friggin', and I knocked this guy for a friggin' loop. He went bouncing off me like friggin' ball boy.
Nice.
So I hate that shit. Yeah. I hate it. It's like, it's even like when you're when you're like in an arena, like at a hockey game or a concert, and you're trying to get to the beer line or something. They just like, what the
move
fuck?
with purpose.
Yeah, like get out of the way
while trying to get somewhere.
Fuck you.
Any other honorable mentions?
No. So I give them all.
I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
The assholes on the overnight flights that have to have the reading light on constantly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck
everybody
that guy
else on the plane is trying to sleep or trying to rest, and there's always that one person.
See, I just have my, what feels like an 18-inch iPad Pro. I know it's not that big, but then so I'm illuminating everything around.
Yeah. See, I'm one of those people. I'll even have that dimmed down to the lowest level.
Yeah. I'll dim it a bit, but I like my contrast ratio.
Yeah. I'm going to tag team off of Chris's.
So Sean's one of them.
Yeah.
Not with the overhead.
So I'm the yin to Chris's yang, the asshole on the early morning flight that won't close the fucking shutter while we're flying up and the sun's coming up.
Oh my God, the 5:30 a.m. I'm going to have it tomorrow morning.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The asshole on the other side that won't close the fucking shutter. So the sun's peeking up.
What are you looking at?
Seriously, you can't see it. All you're doing is burning your fucking retinas out. Like, shut the freaking blind, jackass.
I want it shut all the time anyway. So.
Yeah, me too. I don't, no. Because there's always something on the wing.
Uh-huh.
It's a gremlin. So my number 3.
Yes.
Groupers. This is during the boarding process of the plane. I like to.
How did I not think of this?
Hate these people. I do like to. Hey, when the boarding process is about to start or starting, I do like to get up and get close to it. But I'm also incredibly aware of exactly where and when my boarding group is going to be called, and so I choose how far forward and how far out of the path of travel I am very carefully. I don't have to be in front of everybody, but I also, when my boarding group is going to be called, I am paying attention so that I am always right up there when I can be. But until that point, I am in nobody's way. And I cannot stand the idiots who just group and they're like, oh, we're on the tail of the plane, but we're going to stand in front of all the 7 groups in front of us.
Let's tag up on that. The groupers that sit there and then get aggravated when you're trying to go to your boarding group.
Yeah.
Because they've just been clogging the line the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like somehow Group D is going to get called first today.
Yeah. 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 If I have to go around you, Again, I won't let you know it because I'm non-confrontational. But man,
I
I'm
will
pissed.
take your ass out.
I never thought. I hate that too. I hate that. It's like and honestly, like I've noticed too, because I people watch. It's always the people that have like boarding group fucking like Z that do it too. It's like get the fuck out of my way.
They're special for some reason.
Especially you, because like you guys are all Mosaic and stuff. So most of the time you guys are the first
I've converted Heather.
Yeah.
Heather was that one that was non-confrontational. She kind of lagged back and then have to try to fight her way through the sea of humanity.
Oh, yeah.
No, now she's the one. She's up there. As soon as it's going to be called, she, like you said, you know when your group's going to be called.
Right. And I like it when I'm in the front group, but when I'm not, that just means I pay even more attention so that I'm not in anybody's way, but nobody's in my way. Mm-hmm. So that's mine.
I like that. All right, my number 3 are the assholes that bring the clearly oversized suitcase on and then burn 20 minutes trying to jam it in the overhead.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a lack of common sense with some people. They'll have this thing, and you'll be on one of like your regional shuttles to New York or something. So clearly, every other suitcase is going in sideways, but you're going to try to jam yours in end first because like that one spot extends to the outside of the plane to fit your fucking bag. Like, asshole.
That's also my number 3.
And these are the people that can't lift it up on their own. They're hitting you with the backpack that they didn't think to take off their back as they're leaning into the other aisle.
Yeah.
And they're confused. It's usually like this little 5'4" fuck that can't see what's going on up there. Hate them all.
Yeah. I gave everyone names, so that I called this one Big Suitcase Guy.
Yeah. Mine literally says asshole that brings the giant suitcase.
And I get it a lot coming back from Florida is you get the people with like the big fucking roller suitcase filled with friggin' like stuffed animals and shit like that. Or even like the giant like fucking shopping bag. It's like,
well,
you know, the
3
thing's not
Disney
going to fit.
bags too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You get 2.
And I'm sorry.
Ship
and
the rest.
And like the airlines can't say nothing because it's a customer service. You know, fuck, like drill these people. Like I follow the fucking rules. You follow the fucking rules. Like another
Disney people are the worst.
They are. We are. Yeah.
They are.
They are. We are. But no, but nothing fucking, it's like, there's a fuck, pay the $25 fucking and check the thing. Like seriously.
UPS has been around for a long time.
Yeah, no
they
shit.
can ship shit from anywhere.
Yeah. I send it, like, especially
Disney
there,
will
they
do
send
it
it
for
home
you.
for
Yeah,
you.
they'll
The
send it home
register
for
will
you.
do it.
No. Because they're also the ones that are carrying the stroller and everything else.
Yeah, or this one that's like the hockey fuck. Like I have a duffel bag I use as like a carry-on sometimes. And but it's never full. It always can like squish up to the size of like smaller than a carry-on.
Right.
But you have these people with like this fucking hockey equipment bag full of fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hell is that going to go?
Like you said, the old lady
I
with
have
the
an
big
idea.
fucking Mary Poppins carpet bag that she can't. It's like, and then there.
She's also the one carrying the bag of food onto the plane with her backpack, with a purse. They got like 7 things going on.
Yep, and I will add to that the one who brings the oversized bag on, and then will try to rotate my bag to jam. No, you touch my fucking bag again.
Do you mind if I move this so I can put my giant suitcase in
no,
there?
I'm
and ruin
sorry,
all your
Karen.
shit?
Take your fucking giant suitcase and get the fuck off the plane.
Plan better. Board
Touch my
early.
suitcase again. I'm gonna chop your goddamn fucking hands off like a fucking Arabian
Don't
thief.
touch. This is only going to get better. We got 2 more to go.
Bitch. Fuck you. And then they sit there and slam the fucking compartment shut to try to get their bag to close in. You damage my fucking shit, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, next.
My number 2.
Try to top that motherfucker.
My number 2. The people who talk on their phones once they're on the plane. Usually, almost universally, guys.
Because they're very important.
Because they're very important. And yes, it almost always is, they're talking loudly. It's worse if they're on speakerphone. Thankfully, that's pretty rare. Usually it's just they've got an earbud in or something like that.
Speakerphone people are a separate list.
Oh, yeah.
That's
universal
That's
hell.
the fast pass to hell top 3.
And those people can be executed. But
Thank you.
But it's always a self-important, unaware of their surroundings. Well, there's 2 types. There's ones who are just so important that they have to talk full volume and finish their conversation with no sense of rush. And
Clearly, we care about what you're doing.
And then there's the ones who appear to actually be cognizant that we can't help but listen to them when they're talking about, this many million this, or I've got to do
Those
this.
are the same assholes that wiggle their wrist all the time so you can see what watch they're
probably not even talking to anybody.
Yeah. So those people piss me off.
Really? How important can you be sitting in row 17?
And then if you have to be talked to either by a flight attendant or by the pilot about not having your phone turned off, not being off your conversation when it's done.
Same assholes that, hop up out of their seat because it's okay for them to go through their bags and everything as we're taxiing out.
Oh, yeah.
And you need an announcement on those.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck these people.
I should realize this should have been like a top 10 list, but
Oh, this could have been an entire episode. All right, it's my turn?
It is your turn. Number 2.
Number 2. The motherfuckers that can't figure out how to get through security.
my number 2 is never been through security, man.
These idiots. These
think
rules have been in place since 2001.
And even then, before
that,
you could never wear your fucking belt through a fucking metal detector.
I wear my belt through every metal detector.
I do too.
Yeah. You just got to know your own belts.
Sorry, you're like your cowboy fucking belt.
Well, yeah.
The women that bitch
tool.
about the boots because they have giant metal heels and or they don't remember to take off their jackets or oh wait, you meant all metal? The car keys had to go there too? Mm-hmm. And then these motherfuckers, they have to go back and put the shit in the dish to go through. And now they're mad because you were next in line and you're not letting them cut the line to get back through the metal. Get your ass to the back of the line.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're the ones that held up the metal detector the whole friggin' time. You're sitting there trying to unpack everything on the goddamn belt. Well, there's 3,000 people sitting behind you. And then they let these motherfuckers go through the pre-check line.
Yeah.
These idiots. They got the 1 day pass and they can't figure out how the fuck to do this shit.
Oh yeah, they buy the even more speed and they fuck up the even more speed line on JetBlue.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. You've never been able to bring a 2-liter of fucking Mountain Dew on a goddamn airplane in your backpack.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
All right.
Oh my.
It's like
They drive me nuts. It's probably more of a pet peeve for me too because I tend to hit the airport hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I expect all the adults to know what the fuck they're doing when they get to the airport. And if you don't, see point 1 about the stoppers, I'll knock your ass over.
Well, when we went to fucking New York for the day, we're coming home. I swear to God, the kids in front of us had fucking rolls of quarters in their pockets, a bear trap in their backpack, a machete, fucking 2 pounds of friggin' explosives. Everything you couldn't bring on a fucking plane they had. Wait, I think he had an airsoft gun.
I can't bring a case of water through? Huh?
Yeah, he had like a 6-pack of
but I'm
fucking
thirsty.
Michelob Ultra in his backpack.
Oh! These aren't new rules, people.
It's like
you're not special, regardless of what mommy told you.
And that transfer, like I was just at PAX last week, and it transferred the same thing. You wearing a baseball cap when you're in line. Take off your cap, throw your wallet, your keys, your watch, all that shit in it. Throw it in the fucking dish.
You're carrying a bag. Throw all the shit in your pockets in the bag. Pick it up on the other side. And an addendum to this one. The assholes, and they're usually the same people.
Yes.
They get through the other side and their bags are coming out and they have to get redressed right there.
Yes, they stop on a dime, like our honorable mention, and put their fucking sneakers back on.
Everybody's doing it right there when everybody else's shit is coming out.
Of course, mine's all constructed so that I can pick it up in as few handfuls as possible.
2 hands,
right off
move
the
to
board,
the side.
Move to the side.
Hit a bench.
That's because you have common sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And if you're listening, you are one of these people, I don't apologize. Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry. Do better.
You.
Do better.
All right, so that was your number 2s, both of you. My number 1 is the touchers. This is a combined.
Well, it depends what you look like.
Yeah, no. This is really a pet peeve against the seat width of the modern airplane seat.
Yes.
For people like I'm not skinny, but even when I was skinny, I'm just about as wide as that's just how your shoulders are, your arms. That's how
I'm broad.
Yeah. And so, actually all 3 of us,
broad.
All 3 of us, if we put our elbows against the sides of our chests, we extend well past the midline of the armrest on both sides.
Yeah. If the 3 of us ever went somewhere together, we would need even more space seats.
No, but the even more space seats are just as narrow.
It's true.
It's the width that I'm talking about. It's not the leg room. It's the width. But what I do is I always choose a window seat so I can lean against the wall. Or if I have to be in the aisle, I'm leaning in the aisle. Or if I'm in the middle, I'm doing the T-Rex arms.
My elbows get whacked by the cart going by more often than not because I'm folding.
The people I can't stand are the ones who are in contact with me, either because they're big and so they bleed under or over the armrest, or they sit with their knees spread wide so it's against my, a little incidental contact in these spaces, this is normal. But if you're touching me in a sustained fashion where I can feel the warmth of your body, that's more intimacy than I generally have with my wife.
Knowing Jen, I can attest to that, yeah.
She hates people.
Yeah.
I'm a people.
You are a people. No, I will go out of my way to initiate contact unless somebody did it first.
Yeah.
And then it becomes open warfare. Yeah. Like where those seat legs are, my feet will be on each one of them. I am going to use the entirety of my space. Yeah. A little add-on to that, the people that want to look at you and complain about putting the armrest down because it makes them uncomfortable, I'm sorry.
No, that armrest is going down. Period.
It's the first thing I do when I sit in the
me
seat.
too.
Like, bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah.
First thing I do.
I don't care if I know you or not. The armrest is going down. Actually, that's
you may
not
spill
true.
over after.
If I
that's
sit
fine.
next to my kids, I usually put the armrest up. But
Depends. Even with Harley sometimes.
yeah,
Though, it's
but the
personal
armrest
space.
gives you a way to move, right? So,
Yeah, to get my fat ass out of the seat.
exactly.
I need to prop myself up.
All right, so touchers. That's my number.
Okay, my number one. This is an all-time pet peeve with me. We're going to call them the shoe savages. The people that the first thing they do is take their
off
fucking shoes
Yeah,
off.
those people.
These are the assholes that are putting their feet up on the seat.
Yeah.
I almost broke a guy's foot on the last flight.
Mm.
This guy on the flight back from New Orleans. This guy gets in the row behind Heather and I. I'm saving this one for another time. But the first thing I see is a fucking sock pop up the side.
Next to you on the.
I might have broken a toe. Yeah. He's in the window seat. So Heather and I had a row to ourselves.
Yeah.
This black sock pops up between the wall and the armrest. I'm not sure I could have pistoned my right arm back any harder and still made it seem quasi-accidental.
Yeah.
But then I do enjoy the grumbling back, and then the loud talking starts.
Yeah.
Like, can you believe these fucking people? Like, do they live in a fucking cave? What makes you think, like, you see it, bulkhead seats.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, you see it all the time. People take off the shoes, and they're using the wall as like a footrest.
Yep.
Do you often watch TV through spread legs? Like, you put one on each side of the TV, and you're just,
Gross.
I don't get it.
I just think
It's
you
disgusting.
need to keep your clothes on, people. Yeah.
I hate these motherfuckers. I hate all of them.
Okay, so my number one is because I gave everyone names. It's Service Animal Karen is my number one.
Service animal Karen. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm intrigued.
Okay, so I understand there are people that need service animals, blind people, wounded veterans.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. So, and I understand there's, and I'm
Not
not
a
trying
fan
to
of
be
the comfort dog?
No, yeah, I understand there's people that have like anxiety disorders, et cetera, et cetera. However, just because you think you have an anxiety order and you ordered a vest off of Etsy for $20, does not mean you can bring a fucking micro horse or a peacock onto a fucking airplane.
We saw
like
somebody
a ferret.
on the way back from California had a Doberman in the front row.
Like, fuck you. If your anxiety is that bad, then guess what? You don't get on a fucking metal sealed pressurized tube with 400 other people and go to
Again, there's buses.
a theme park that has 17 million fucking people in it. No, your ferret is not a fucking comfort animal. Your fucking guinea pig, your hedgehog, even like your fucking dog. It's like, you know, oh, I have 2 therapy cats. No, you don't. Fuck you. You didn't want to pay the $250 to print your fucking cats in the fucking loading. Get a sitter. Like, fuck you.
There's kennels everywhere.
Yeah, if you're moving, ship them. Yes. So if you have if you're
Here's your episode picture.
if you're like a wounded fucking like veteran or something, thank you for your service. You know, I understand
Of
you need
course,
your dog, but
fine. But no, when it's the woman that's bringing her Doberman on and
Yeah.
takes the
Oh, yeah.
entire row,
pit bulls are not service animals. Dobermans are not service.
this
animals.
thing's 170 pounds for God's sake.
Yes. Yeah. Agree. Yeah. Or you know what? Buy it a fucking seat.
And then they get pissed off when somebody around them complains about the allergy.
Yeah.
Like, I have dog allergies.
We had
So
that
if I'm, like,
problem too with Athena.
7 hours with
Yeah.
the dog sitting in front of me. No, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Get your ass to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Sit
I
by
think
the toilet.
one time we put Athena on a plane to Arizona to stay with my in-laws, and there was a fucking animal. And it's like, well, we have to move her. Like, no. I paid the extra money. She's an unaccompanied
sorry.
minor. You tell fucking the lady with the 4 fucking cats to go fuck herself.
I forgot. That was another piece of this whole trip out to California.
Oh, do tell.
So as all of this is going on, and you can see as we're going here, the allergies are kicking up.
Oh, yeah.
The nose, I get the clear running nose. I'm sneezing my ass off. About an hour into the flight, I'm all congested. I'm a mess. I'm like, the fuck is going on? I'm reaching in my bag to find a pill or something. Bitch behind me had a cat under the seat.
Mm.
And I heard the girl in the middle seat sneezing her ass off. She had a cat allergy too.
Mm.
So I had to send crazy cat lady to the back of the friggin' plane, which now means you have to check with everybody around where she's going to get moved to see if they have any allergies. I'm sorry. Leave the pussy home. I'm done.
Yeah.
There's no excuse to bring a cat on a plane. Because here's the thing about
You
cats.
don't even have to. Cats can stay
Exactly.
by themselves.
You could go to fucking Mars for 2 weeks and your cat will be fine if you leave a bowl of food and water out for it.
That's it. That's it. You don't have to do any more.
Yeah. Fuck you, lady, and your cat.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I love animals.
I do too. I have animals. I don't bring them on a fucking
problem
airplane.
with the animals.
I don't bring them to Taco Bell.
There's a reason there's kennels.
Sometimes they get brought to Taco Bell.
I'm sorry. They're like pet resorts now.
Yeah.
Fine. Send your dog to some place he's going to be happier than on a pressurized metal box.
When I go on vacation, the dogs go to fucking doggy care for
That's
the
it.
week. It's the
That's
way
how it
is.
happens.
All right. So what was our top
That was almost
three?
the first time I called DJ normal. He's acting normally there.
I mean, wait, did we? Yeah, that was your.
Yeah, we're done.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're done.
that's
Yeah.
enough.
So top 3 fuck faces in flight.
My blood pressure's already off the charts. I got to get on a plane in like 12 hours.
I know.
We read so
16.
We all had stop on a dime guy. Mm-hmm. Sean, was your number 3?
Groupers. The ones who don't understand when they're getting on the plane and get in my way.
And Chris and myself had big suitcase guy.
Giant suitcase asshole.
Giant suitcase guy. Number 2.
I had phone talkers. People talking on their phone on the plane.
And Chris and I both had never been through security, man.
Security motherfuckers.
Number 1s.
I had touchers. Seats.
Shoe savages.
Shoe savages and service animal Karen was our top 3.
So, guys, it's been a hell of a run. We appreciate you listening all this time. Now that we've alienated the entire audience.
Nah, fuck that. These are legit gripes.
These are legit gripes, he says.
Of course they are.
Government's sanctions and rules make flying hard enough. Which
Okay.
actually, it's all warranted.
I wasn't sure where you're going there.
No. It's all warranted. I mean, it is what it is at this point, at this day and age. It's hard enough to go to. You have to get there 3 hours early. You have all these things, especially
See, Chris Davis only does about.
Mr. TSA pre-mosaic for your average Joe. For your average Joe, I mean,
I board at 5:30 tomorrow. I'll hit Worcester Airport at like 5:25.
Oh yeah, if you go Worcester, that's easy.
That's
but
Worcester. There's only 2 gates.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Logan. Logan's security is pretty brutal. I find.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient enough to have to
It's inconvenient. Yeah.
get through security to get on an airplane. Yeah. These people just make it harder for no reason. Fuck them. So a little housekeeping. Like I said, I covered packs for our friends at comiccrusaders.com. There'll be an article going up some point in time this week with some YouTube links, and we'll be covering Ace Comic Con Boston. So keep a lookout for that on Twitter and Instagram. We'll get as many pictures and cool things as we can.
And hopefully we can get Chris Davis back for next weekend and record another
I'll be back next weekend.
All right.
Excellent.
Trips are confined to the work week.
Thank you for helping me christen Davis, my office. It's nice to have the space back.
Excellent.
Have a good night, everybody.
Later.